What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna make the Civic Type-R sound a heck of a lot better thanks to what is inside this box. We're also gonna add just a little bit of power and that carbon fiber style underneath the hood. And with the new air intake unboxed, here's what we're going to be doing today. We are installing the Armaspeed carbon fiber air intake for the FL5 Honda Civic Type-R. Now, if you own the FL5 or the FK8 Type-R, we have both kits on our website. Armaspeed, of course, has insanely nice carbon fiber kits for a lot of cars. We carry them for tons of other vehicles. Most of our cars we have installed one of their air intakes on, but the Civic Type-R is going to look sweet under the hood, sound much better, give you that bump in power. But check out the links down below if you have a Type-R and are interested in this kit for your car. So to start off with the installation, you're going to remove your factory air intake. Now the kit will come with all the instructions to remove as well as install the new kit. My car already has a aftermarket kit, so it's a little bit easier probably to take off, just a couple bolts. But we'll get this thing off and then we'll get on installing the Armaspeed. So that was pretty easy and straightforward, removing the aftermarket intake that was already on my car. I would assume the stock one is nearly identical. Of course, the instructions will give you the step-by-step detail. So next up, we're going to install the Armaspeed carbon fiber airbox in the stock location there. Now with this kit, if you have the stock intake that you've just taken out, you're going to be reusing these rubber grommets. As you can see, they have this little metal washer. You should have two of these. Unfortunately for me, I only have one of them, which they go over here, part of this bracket right there, and then down there in this hole right there. However, in my little plastic drawers in my garage, I have this extra rubber bushing along with a metal washer, which I think I can kind of make work for this. So if we go ahead and just install this, as you can see, basically this bracket back here, it's going to line up with that. So we're going to want to put that original rubber washer into that so it fits nicely. And then down here, there is one washer that I already have, that rubber piece. And then my new one hopefully can fit for down there. All right, and then I can easily just slide this in. The rubber grommet lines up nicely in the back as it does down below here. And then I'll just take this screw, should work pretty decently under there. And this longer screw in the back will also work perfectly, and I can reinstall that one. And then one of the hardware pieces from the other intake looks like will fit perfectly to get this corner bracket installed. So with the airbox all squared away, I tightened everything. It is sitting in here really nicely. Next up, we're gonna take the intake tube. I've gone ahead and taken the screws out just so it fits better, and just kind of slide it in here, fish it into the hole, kind of wiggle it through this little rubber grommet portion to give ourselves some leeway. Then we're gonna take the air filter, put the clamp on it, and just kind of getting this out of the way, we can sneak that in there. And let's go ahead and secure the tube to this air filter nice and tight. And lastly, let's get this clamp all squared away onto the car's intake, and we can get this into there and then just rotate it to where you can see where the sensor is going to be and make sure it's completely inside of everything, and it should fit pretty snug. And then we'll fish this sensor back in like that, same direction that it was sitting. The airflow goes that way, and then with the provided hardware, we'll get this tightened up. And there we go, all wrapped up installing the Armaspeed air intake on the Civic Type-R. All the brackets are nice and secure. The one down there worked out really nicely with my makeshift bracket, and of course that one back there looks perfect. Air filter is sitting in there really good. Got the nice Armaspeed logo on it, and then the pipe and everything, super nice looking. Got the whole glossy carbon fiber on this backside along with the pipe, and then it fits nicely to that stock part. But super easy installation as expected. This car is pretty easy to work on, really nothing hard. You can probably knock this out in about 10 minutes. So with that said, let's go for a spin, see what we hear and feel, then rev it up a little bit, hear that turbo, then we'll wrap it up. All right, so after driving the car a little bit, getting the engine warmed up, hopefully you guys can hear that with the microphone. that is significantly louder. Now the intake that was on this car was really similar to the way the stock one actually looked and performed. So really hardly much different. I could hear a little bit of the blow off noise. This, I definitely hear the induction now. And that blow off. I mean, that just adds the fun factor. You know, turbo cars, they get more exciting when you can hear all the crazy noises turbos make. And that is pretty cool. I'm in my individual mode with the engine sound turned off, so we're not hearing the fake engine sounds. You can even hear that on the downshift. A little bit of turbo whistle. Let's go into R mode, which will have the fake engine sounds turned on. You still can definitely hear that air intake. Now, some people do complain about the fake engine sounds in this, but once you add like the bolt-ons, you start to get the real sounds coming alive. So you can really get this car sounding really, really cool. And then on top of that, the air intake temperature, I love how the Type-R actually has that gauge. Now with the intake that was on it, it was consistently staying above 30 degrees over ambient. Right now, it's a hot day outside, but we are at air intake temperatures at about 104 with 80 degree air temperature. So about 25 over the ambient air temperature, which honestly is less than what I was getting with the other air intake. The other one, perfectly fine kit, similar style to the stock one, where it just has that duct in the top portion really. The duct that was in the bottom just goes to like under the radiator hose, so not really gonna give it fresh air. This one having a more exposed box, probably still gonna do a good job. I mean, we're maintaining about 24 over, and I even saw the other one get up to like 50 over. Not to hate on that one or anything, or the stock one, but so far we're maintaining what you would want for colder air intake temperatures. I'm sure the stock intercooler probably could use upgrading. But that sounds so good. Leave it to Armaspeed to make a crazy sounding kit. Of course, being the carbon fiber, the tube and everything is gonna help resonate the sound better. So sound check, heck yes, this thing sounds awesome. This car is a lot more fun now. It woke up so much. And then, yeah, we're still maintaining 25 over. So we are good on air intake temperatures, basically what you would see with stock. And it is sounding good. And the power is nice and smooth as expected. And if you dive into tuning, this intake, of course, will open up the extra power. So there you guys go. That is installing the Armaspeed air intake for the FL5 Honda Civic Type-R. It sounds awesome. I'm loving it. Looks super good underneath the hood. If you have the FK8 or the FL5 Civic Type-R, take a look at the link down in the description below to go ahead and order this for your car. Definitely happy with it. One last look, looking super good, matching the fake carbon fiber that the car gives you. But of course we have the genuine carbon. That is always much appreciated, and it sounds awesome. Doing everything a Kohler intake is supposed to do. Got the sound and got everything you need. So there you guys go. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for plenty more content, and I'll see you all in the next video.